My name is Brookie Best, and I am the Dean of the UC San Diego Skaggs School of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences. It is my honor to welcome all of you to our commencement ceremony. Today, we celebrate the achievements of our graduating class, who have worked tirelessly to reach this important milestone. Since our first quarter together in your first year teaching and learning biopharmaceutics, I have watched you grow and develop, and your bright smiles whenever we pass light up my day. It's been a privilege and an honor to witness your transformation into the compassionate and dedicated pharmacists you have become. So, to the graduates, I want to say congratulations. This is a momentous achievement, which is permanent. You will now be doctors of pharmacy for the rest of your lives. Your hard work, dedication, and perseverance have paid off. To the parents, family members, friends, and loved ones who have supported our graduates throughout their doctoral program, thank you for your support. Your love, guidance, encouragement have been instrumental to their success. Let's take a moment to turn to your greatest supporters and give them a round of applause. To our preceptors and faculty, the education, guidance, mentorship, role modeling, and support that you wholeheartedly and generously provide to our students is critically important. They have truly learned from the best and will be better able to serve our communities as a result. Thank you. Graduates, as you move into the next phase of your professional careers, you will face new challenges, opportunities, and experiences. With the skills, knowledge, and leadership experience you have gained here, I have no doubt that you will navigate these challenges with confidence and grace. As you move forward, keep learning, growing, and pushing yourselves to be advocates for your patients and your communities. Strive for excellence and use your talents and abilities to create positive change in the profession and in the health of our world. Be curious, dream big, and do the right thing even if it's hard or unpopular. And remember, you are not alone. You have the support of your families, friends, loved ones, and fellow classmates. You are now part of a larger community of pharmacists who share your passion and your commitment to the safe use of medications and improving human health. And you will always remain part of the Skaggs family throughout your career. If you ever need advice or guidance, please don't hesitate to reach out. We are here. We all believe in you and in your ability to make a positive impact in the world. I am so excited to see what your futures hold, and I'm honored to be your colleague. Congratulations, class of 2025. Next, I would like to welcome our Vice Chancellor for Health Sciences, Dr. John Carruthers, to provide a welcome and remarks.
Dean Best. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. What a fantastic joy it is to be here today to celebrate the accomplishments of the Skaggs School of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, class of 2025. You guys are awesome. On behalf of everyone here at UC San Diego Health Sciences, I'd like to extend my heartfelt congratulations and best wishes to all the graduates, the families, and guests. Welcome. Class of 2025, today marks a major milestone for you. A moment that celebrates your own dedication, perseverance, and the many accomplishments that brought you to this point. Each of you has earned your degree from one of the top pharmacy schools in the nation, ranked 12th in the country by U.S. News and World Report. This is especially remarkable, as Skaggs School of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences is the youngest school included in the top 25 by more than a century. Skaggs School of Pharmacy graduates are ranked number 6 nationally and number 1 in California for the National Pharmacy Licensure Exam first-time pass rates. Again, I said you guys are awesome. And Skaggs School of Pharmacy is ranked number 1 in California based on match rates, with nearly 90% of student applicants matching to a residency. These rankings and accolades speak to the high quality, rigorous education provided by this outstanding institution and the faculty level. Yet your degree from Skaggs School of Pharmacy is more than a credential. It is a symbol of your journey and the hard work that made it possible. You are an extraordinary group stepping into your professional journeys after a relatively short yet impactful time on our campus. You've not only left a lasting impression on one another, but have also contributed meaningfully to our university and the broader community. Through shared experiences, you've built strong connections, advancing research, discovery, and the future of patient care. And now you're poised to embark on careers dedicated to enhancing human health. Class of 2025, you are at a pivotal and inspiring moment in the evolution of pharmacy. Pharmacists today play an increasingly important and growing role in supporting patients' general well-being. Today's pharmacist is no longer simply dispensing medication. From providing vaccinations and point-of-care testing to helping manage both chronic and acute conditions, pharmacists play a pivotal role in promoting public health every day. As you know from your own studies, and from the time you have spent here, this is an incredibly dynamic and evolving profession, one that blends science, patient care, as well as innovation. And the opportunities available to you will allow you to make a meaningful impact on each individual life you touch and entire communities. We know that many people, particularly those in low-income or rural communities, face significant barriers to accessing primary care, whether due to a lack of health insurance, limited availability of local providers, or employment conditions that prevent them from taking time off. Routine visits for preventive care, including vaccinations, are often out of reach for those people. Under these conditions, pharmacists find themselves fulfilling those critical health roles. Under these conditions, a pharmacist may be the most accessible member of a patient's care team. In the US alone, more than 90% of people live within just 5 miles of a pharmacist. According to some estimates shared by the American Pharmacists Association, more than 70% of vaccinations during flu season take place at pharmacies. These statistics speak volumes about the crucial part pharmacists play in preventive care and also in the public's trust of pharmacists. Indeed, pharmacies aren't just convenient, they're essential hubs for public health. And pharmacists consistently rank amongst the top 5 most trusted professions in the United States, especially for honesty and ethics. Think about that. From all the professions out there, pharmacists rank in the top 5. That trust is something as medical professions we earn every day, and it's a responsibility that we all carry with pride. Being a pharmacist means standing at the intersection of science and compassion, where every interaction is a chance to educate, support, and advocate for your patients. It's much more than a career. It's a calling to serve. And you are stepping into this moment ready to serve. You are best prepared. As you stand on the threshold of this new chapter, know that few are as prepared as you to shape the future of care. Strengthen the networks of care and make a difference in the lives of patients every single day. It certainly fills me with very much pride and excitement to know that you are entering a world full of possibilities, where your knowledge and training has prepared you not only to serve, but also to lead as agents of change. You are the next leaders of this world. As you move forward, carry with you the connections and memories you've made here at UC San Diego. Stay engaged with our community as proud, active alumni who support one another during your next chapter. Congratulations once again to you and the families in the audience and loved ones on everything you have accomplished. Thank you for being such an exceptional graduating class. Congratulations, Tom.
I am delighted to introduce our speakers from the graduating class of 2025. Michael Gadd, our P4 class president, and Brenna Dooley, our student selected speaker.
Good morning, everyone. Morning. Thank you all for being here with us today. It means the world to celebrate this milestone, surrounded by the people who have supported us every step of the way. First, I want to thank our school leadership. Your commitment to building a curriculum that evolves with our feedback speaks volume about the environment we were lucky to grow in. I saw the respect firsthand every time I mentioned Skaggs during rotations or interviews. It was immediately met with admiration. It was clear to me how much our school is valued in the pharmacy world. To our faculty, thank you for pushing us, believing in us, and always being there just beyond the lecture slides. You challenged us to grow, and you gave us the tools to do it. To our families, friends, and loved ones, these moments belong to you too. Your encouragement, sacrifices, and late night pep talks are a huge part of why we're all sitting here today. We couldn't have done it without you. And to my classmates, thank you for being the most driven, passionate, and inspiring group of people I have ever met. You have made this journey unforgettable. Your dedication pushed me to be better, and I'm so proud to be one of you. Standing here today feels like a dream. If you told me 10 years ago, when I first immigrated from Egypt, that I would go to pharmacy school, graduate, and have the honor of speaking at my own graduation, I don't think I would have believed you. Because back then, all I had was a dream, the American dream. As a first-generation college student, that dream often felt far away. But this moment right here, it is what it looks like when hard work, resilience, and community come together. And I know I'm not alone. Each of us has a story that led us here, a story of sacrifice, perseverance, and purpose. What unites us is our passion for patient care and our determination to serve. We have made it through one of the most rigorous pharmacy programs in the nation together, and that says a lot about who we are. Today is more than just a celebration, it's a turning point. From here, we step into a world that needs us more than ever. whether you're going into residency, fellowship, or community, wherever you land. Remember this, your patients are counting on you. Your teams are counting on you, and you are ready. Every challenge you have faced in the past 4 years have shaped you exactly for who you need to be for what comes next. So when the days get tough, and they will, take a breath, look back at how far you have come, and remember why you started. Hold on to that purpose, and keep moving forward with the same heart that got you here. Maya Angelou once said, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. So let's go out there and make people feel heard, supported, and cared for. I have seen the passion, the grit, and the heart in this class. That's why I can confidently say the class of 2025 is unstoppable. I can't wait to see the difference you all will make. And thank you for the privilege of serving as our class president. Congratulations, doctors. Let's go change the world.
Amazing speech, Michael. Incredible speech. One more round of applause for Michael. Hi, everyone. My name is Brenna Dooley, and I'm so thankful that I was chosen to speak on behalf of my class. First and foremost, congratulations, class of 2025. As I was thinking about what to talk about, I kept reminiscing about how incredible our class is. Someone once said that our class is known as the happy class, and I would agree with this statement. We are indeed a smiley and happy class. But we are also a happy class because of how brilliant, hardworking, resilient, and dedicated we are. Most importantly, we are kind and compassionate, and I've witnessed throughout the years the kindness that we've shown to each other and the compassion that we have for our patients and our community. As pharmacists, we have the gift of being leaders and advocating for ourselves and for our patients. And I know that we will reach the greatest achievements with our kindness and our compassion. I wanted to spend this time sharing stories of when my classmates displayed kindness to me and how much it meant to me. Today is the last day of our pharmacy education journey, so I thought, what better place to start with my first story than with first day orientation P1 year. So my first story, it begins with my boyfriend Todd dropping me off at school. And I remember walking into the orientation right outside the pharmacy school, and everyone was sitting in tables and they were laughing and they were talking. And I'm from Chicago originally, and I didn't know anyone starting off. So I was Chicago. I was very nervous. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know anybody, but like, it's gonna be okay. And so I was walking, I didn't know where to go. And as I was just kind of standing there, probably looking like a deer in headlights, all of a sudden I heard someone to my right say, hi, are you here for student orientation? And I turned to my right and I saw and I was like, yeah, I'm here for student orientation. I don't know where to go. And she goes, my name's Jenny. And I said, hi, Jenny, my name's Brenna. And she was like, hi, Brenna, I'm here for student orientation too. Let's go get your name badge. And I was like, okay, yeah, thank you. We went to the name badge area. She found my name badge. We talked for a little bit. And to this day, Jenny is one of the most kind and genuine people that I've ever met in my entire life. And yeah, and thank you, Jenny. I don't know where you are in here. Raise your hand. Thank you for being the first person to show me kindness at Skaggs. And then later that day, it was lunchtime. And I'm sure many of you have seen movies where the protagonists at the lunchtime go around and they're like, I don't know where to sit. All these people are sitting at tables. I couldn't find Jenny. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I got my lunchbox and I was just like walking past all the tables that were filled, people telling stories and laughing. And then there was a table of 5 girls that waved me down and said, do you want to sit with us? And I said, yes, please, thank you so much. So they scooted over, they made room for me. And I sat down and we started talking about the jobs that we were working and hopefully as interns, what our plans were for pharmacy school, where we were from originally. And to this day, I will be forever thankful that those 5 girls, who are Fanar, Dalal, Myrna, Larsa, and Nancy, at lunchtime, I don't know what I would have done. I would have sat myself. So thank you so much for joining me. And then I'd like to fast forward to P2 year during one of our IPI rotation. This is our introductory practice pharmacy education. And I was paired with a classmate, Yang. And until this day, I did not really have a chance to speak to Yang that much. We had 2 weeks together, and every day we would sit together at lunch and we would talk about our cultures, our family foods, and we would share with each other just memories that we have of like the different food that we ate growing up. And she taught me all about Vietnamese food. And it was amazing. And I'll never forget, on the last week of our rotation, she actually brought me some of her mom's cooking. And it was the most incredible Vietnamese food I've ever had to this day. Her mom's mom sauce is amazing. Incredible. Again, I hope your mom's here. You make the best mom sauce. To this day, I'm trying to replicate the perfection of saltiness, sour, and sweetness just all together. So, and I remember getting to our preceptor at the time was like, "Were you guys friends before this rotation?" We were like, "No, we didn't even get a chance to really talk until this rotation." And we always said that one of the best things about the rotation was that we became such great friends. That was like such a highlight of the whole rotation, best thing. So again, thank you for showing me kindness and for sharing your culture's family food with me. I have one more story. This is going to be from my P4 year, our APPEs, which are advanced pharmacy practice experiences. And my first rotation was with another classmate that I didn't have much contact with prior to our rotation, just kind of casual, you know, hey, hi, here and there's. We spent 6 weeks together, and this was Cassidy. And we bonded so much during our 6 weeks together. And she knew that my boyfriend and I share a car. So sometimes I have to Uber or take a Lyft to or from my rotations. Without even me asking, she would leave early, pick me up every day from my apartment, drive me to rotation, drive me home, and then go home. Every single day, she never asked for anything in return. It was like the greatest gift of kindness that maybe just kind of goes unnoticed for a lot of people, but meant so much to me. And so thank you so much, Cassidy, for showing me that kindness. Ultimately, what I'm trying to say is that throughout my time here at Skaggs, I've had countless moments of kindness shown to me by many of you. And I wish I had more time up here because I have a story for every single one of you. I remember every single moment of kindness and compassion that you've shown to me. And it's meant so much to me as someone who's come from out of state, didn't really know anyone, and I will carry those moments through the rest of my life. Our class is definitely a happy class. But we are also kind and compassionate, which I believe are incredibly impactful skills to possess. And as we venture into our next journey of our lives, we can use these impactful skills to advocate for our patients and our communities and for ourselves. And even throughout the world, when times are uncertain, as long as we remain kind and compassionate, I know that we will always thrive and do incredible, amazing things. So thank you, class of 2025. I'm so happy to be graduating alongside you, all my friends.
Now it is my pleasure to introduce our esteemed commencement speaker, Dr. Tina Bayuse. Dr. Bayuse is the lead pharmacist for the first and only NASA pharmacy, which launched in 2003. As founder of the pharmacy, she designed its physical layout and developed the policy and procedures for medication management and implementation of pharmacy practice programs. Today, as a clinical staff member, Dr. Bayuse works with the Johnson Space Center Clinic and Medical Operations Group in support of crew member and employee health. Her responsibilities include medical kit design, medication selection, and process development for the International Space Station, commercial crew, Moon to Mars, and commercial low Earth orbit development programs. Dr. Bayuse has received numerous awards for her work, including the NASA Exceptional Public Service Medal, which is the highest honor awarded to a non-government individual for their contribution to the agency. She has shared her extensive knowledge and experience in space medicine through numerous professional presentations, papers, and book chapters. She is a member of the American Society of Health System Pharmacists and American Pharmacists Association, as well as an active member in the Space Medicine Association, and was named a fellow of the Aerospace Medical Association. Dr. Bayuse obtained her Doctor of Pharmacy from the University of Maryland School of Pharmacy. I am thrilled to invite Dr. Tina Bayuse to the stage to provide our commencement address. That introduction is about. Good morning. Yes. It's the only way I'm gonna get away. All right. Thank you for allowing me the privilege to participate in this momentous occasion where you are, pardon the pun, launching into the profession of pharmacy, dedicated to patient care and furthering the practices of pharmacy and medicine. It's incredibly exciting for me and also humbling to be asked to participate in such a small part of this day with you. 25 years ago, this month, I was in the same position as you are now, in my cap and gown, attempting to fully pay attention to solidify a core memory. I was eager to celebrate with friends and family because I made it. Pharmacy school is not for the faint of heart, as I'm sure you would all agree with me. Years of study, many deadlines for completed work, continuous evaluation and self-assessment of the things that we've learned. Late nights and early morning meetups with group projects, hours worked outside of the classroom to support yourselves. Heartbreak when school and life don't go as planned. And triumph when life is magical. The simple realization that you are sitting in these chairs today speaks volumes about what you are capable of, according to some of your classmates, I believe it. So please take a breath and appreciate how precious this really is. Take another breath and understand that you are prepared to push the boundaries of our profession. For the brief time that I have with you, please allow me to be your flight director of sorts while I share parts of my professional journey with you, in the hope that some of my experience may actually serve you in the future. Sitting in my cap and gown 25 years ago, it was impossible to imagine where I am today. I mean, really. The outcome of my pharmacy education was very different than what I expected it to be when I started. My journey to the career I have cultivated started with one short lecture off campus, the first few months of pharmacy. The topic of the talk was titled Pharmacokinetics and Pharmacodynamics in Spaceflight. I recall being fascinated by what the speaker shared and downright excited about the prospect that my interest in space and my chosen profession could blend. Although admittedly, that wasn't really something that was too close to happen because there was no pharmacist working with NASA at the time. But I was inspired. During school, I stayed focused and worked hard, all while carrying a quiet but powerful dream to find a way to take my inspiration beyond the limits of Earth's atmosphere. Early in my P4 year, I was granted the opportunity to create a unique experiential rotation using the connections I had made during the lecture 3 years prior. I was extremely fortunate to be mentored in space pharmacology and pharmaceutics research by the chief pharmacologist and head of the NASA Johnson Space Center Pharmacology Lab at the time. As all things evolve, I was recruited to work with a flight surgeon. And for those of you that don't know, that's an aerospace medicine boarded physician responsible for astronaut health. At the end of that experience, my work highlighted for the chief pharmacologist that a pharmacist's subject matter expertise could actually benefit NASA. It would be some time before anything would come of it,
In fact, I was on track for a residency position in pediatrics when mere days before match day, I was offered the contracted position to support the lab at Johnson Space Center, which was both a new position for the lab and a new position for NASA. The job duties were a little outside my comfort zone, even though I had already lived a blueprint as a student. I viewed it as another opportunity to grow and become part of that spaceflight community I so admired. After a sanity check with some of the preceptors who knew of my love for space, I decided to withdraw my name from the match and accept the job. In this new role, I supported space pharmacology and pharmaceutics research for about 1.5 years. It was a decidedly exciting time to be a pharmacist in this arena. This was a period of space history where there were frequent shuttle launches, and we were beginning the long-term presence of humans in low Earth orbit on the International Space Station. Questions like, are medications stable in the spaceflight environment? Or are medications, do they work differently in bodies experiencing microgravity? Were part of the projects that I was a part of. Spoiler alert, we still don't have answers to those questions. As our work progressed, we slowly gained visibility with the medical operations community, in my case, the flight surgeons. At the time, NASA was reviewing how they provided healthcare for astronauts both on and off the planet. I enjoyed the work necessary to advance the research portfolio, but I always preferred the more direct care that pharmacists can provide. As the sole pharmacist, I was placed on a committee to review NASA's medication management practices, and I was confident I could use the opportunity presented to me to create something meaningful out of the potential that I saw. Understand that when potential intersects with the right place and the right time, you can trailblaze the next step toward realizing your vision and driving meaningful impact. As a result of the committee's findings and recommendations, NASA decided that they would create a pharmacy at Johnson Space Center. When I transitioned out of the role from the research lab and into the role of lead pharmacist for the first and only NASA pharmacy, I was flooded with pride, joy, and awe. To quote the Spider-Man comics, with great power comes great responsibility. And I truly felt the weight of that realization settle in as I took on the position. Much like the universe, when humankind is destined to explore, live, and work off planet Earth, pharmacy practice is also destined to evolve and expand. However, inserting a pharmacist-led pharmacy practice where it didn't exist before was and continues to be a big undertaking. Some of the notable challenges I've experienced include the seemingly mundane, but nonetheless necessary. For example, I was charged with creating the physical space needed to support our goals in a location that was never intended to be a pharmacy. This required an unexpected debate about the conditions needed to perform basic services in a facility, things like environmental controls and running water. A topic not unlike the discussion currently underway about the conditions needed to support medications and management of them in the next generation spaceflight vehicles in support of our Moon to Mars missions. The challenge to generate process and policy to support medical care in an environment that never had the support of a pharmacist before has required the presence of a culture change, which is slow and ever fulfilling. The challenge of working in disciplines outside of the medical community on an international scope to educate how a pharmacist fits into the landscape or moonscape of the practice of space medicine has required time and understanding on both sides. One of the surprises in my young professional life was a challenge that is not unique to my practice at all, and certainly not unique to the times that we're currently living in. This is the continuous undercurrent of activity to prove the need. In my experience, this is a budget-driven discussion, which often requires a shift in perspective by the individuals or the projects that need your pharmacy support to understand the scope and breadth of that work. In case of proving the need in space pharmacy practice, how our expertise supports crew health and safety is routinely demonstrated. We know that having a pharmacist on the team means that there is an inherent partner to help solve pharmacy-related problems for issues that we currently know and exist, and for those issues that haven't yet been identified. By proving the need in your practice, you can showcase all that you are able to provide in terms of patient care, policy creation, practice improvements, efficiency that impacts the bottom line, or any place that you see an opportunity for discovery and expansion. As space exploration ventures farther than ever before, we are challenged to ask and answer questions that few have dared to consider. Curiosity is essential. Engaging in this critical thinking inspires us to learn, adapt, and apply our knowledge in ways that advance the practice of pharmacy. From addressing the logistical challenges of delivering therapeutic regimens to spaceflight crews, to providing expert consultation on appropriate treatments for the unique conditions encountered in space, the role of a space pharmacist is vital. Our responsibilities extend beyond simply ensuring medication availability. We support research aimed at identifying therapies that help the body adapt to microgravity and other stressors of space. We must also consider the safe administration of these therapies in hostile and unpredictable environments, where shared living spaces and potential damage to life support systems are everyday realities. We contribute to research on medication stability under extraterrestrial conditions that terrestrial standards have never tested, and help develop solutions based on those findings. Through collaboration, we assess and mitigate human system risk, define what it means to practice safe and effective pharmacy in space, and navigate evolving practice standards and regulatory frameworks, all while pushing our boundaries and remaining steadfast in upholding our professional integrity. Although I work in a unique setting with unique challenges, there are parallels to any practice of pharmacy. At the heart of our responsibilities and stewardship to our profession is a safe and effective treatment of a human, whether that is patient-based, population-based, microgravity, or on 1G and Earth. Pushing the boundaries of the practice of pharmacy is important to advancing safe science and supporting human health. Your mission as a pharmacist is just taking off. Understand that the future of pharmacy is wide open, including roles and subject matter that have yet to be identified, if my experience is an example. Be prepared to work hard. Be prepared to work together with disciplines. Be prepared to educate and learn. Recall the lessons you've learned in both academics and life. Hold dear the friendships you have nurtured and celebrate the challenges you've overcome, as these collective moments will shape your path as you move forward, as some of your classmates have so astutely pointed out. Be brave and take the road less traveled if you find yourself. Opportunity is meant to be accessed. Be flexible in this dynamic world and be willing to pivot if necessary. A spaceflight mission builds in contingency plans, so have a plan B and a plan C. Maintain your professional integrity, as it is a trait that will be appreciated. Be respectful to your mentors along your journey. They may present themselves in the most unexpected way and in the most unexpected people. Be humble but confident in your expertise and always work to learn and grow. Be thorough in your endeavors. Practice the art of communication in all forms and be willing to be the voice that speaks up. Remember that knowledge is power, but communication is key. Be prepared to expect the unexpected, where you will be in places and spaces you currently can't imagine. And then be grateful when you find yourself there. Inspiration for what and how you want to contribute to the practice of pharmacy everywhere, because learning never stops. Always stay curious. The historic Apollo 11 moon landing was 55 years ago. The nation's space program is actively working towards going back to the moon and then on to Mars for the benefit of humanity. We have much work to do. Today's graduation ceremony is just one small step and the beginning of an exciting future in pharmacy for you. To quote the incomparable Neil Armstrong, shoot for the stars, but if you happen to miss, shoot for the moon instead. Thank you and best wishes for a stellar future. Congratulations to the class of 2021.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Dr. Bayuse. Now, Vice Chancellor Carruthers will confer your Doctor of Pharmacy degree.
She won't let me stand on the stool, so. But I'm talking. Well, magic moment has come. Upon the recommendation, Dean Best, upon the recommendation of the faculty of the University of California, San Diego, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Regents and the President of the University of California and Chancellor Costa of the University of California, San Diego, I confer upon you the doctoral degree to which you are entitled with all the honors, recognition, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations to you all.
I am pleased to introduce our Associate Dean for Student Affairs, Dr. Candace Morello, to lead us through the presentation and hooding of the graduates with the assistance of Drs. Linda Ottershoe, Charles Daniels, and Vivian Hook.
While our Hello, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here with you celebrating the class of 2025. I'd like to just take a moment to describe our plan. First, in your program, you'll see the names of our graduates, and you'll also notice a few designations. The green and gold cords that several students wear represent Phi Lambda Sigma. This is a national pharmacy leadership society and represents the leadership that these students have undertaken while they've been here. There also, we have a 7-year BS Pharm.D graduates. Those are also notated in your program. I will announce the graduate's name. The graduate will walk over here, be joined by one of our esteemed faculty. Walk up the stairs, they will be hooded. Behind me, they will be presented with their diploma. And then they'll come over and take a picture with our Dean Beth. And then there's a photo opportunity over there as well. So for the safety of the graduates, we just ask that you remain seated behind the stanchions for photo taking. We have a professional photographers taking pictures when the student or the graduates will be hooded, and also with the Best over here. All right. All right, let us begin with Dalal Abiyad. And it would be Dr. Dalal Abiyad. Dr. Safa Alvardi. Dr. Nancy Nazar Badal. Dr. Shreya Bail. Dr. Cassidy Lynn Marie Ballard. Dr. Jessica Alexis Okamuro Bernal. Dr. Anurag Shannon. Dr. Caitlin Sumara Coronel. Dr. Amy Nicole Cruz. Dr. Claire Erica Davis. Dr. Kim Din. Dr. Brenna Dooley. Dr. Jacob Aaron Felderman. Dr. Michael Gadd. Dr. Caitlin Elizabeth Gap. Dr. Jerica Celeste Gomez. Dr. Larsa Goro. Dr. Paulina Guevara. Sophia Robin Ho. Dr. Xiaoyi Wang. Dr. Julie Tan Hwin. Dr. Courtney Jang. Dr. Taylor Seyun Jung. Dr. Rebecca Kim. Whoa! Dr. Ayuri Seika Kirianadike. Dr. Miriam Corial. Dr. Catherine Liu. Dr. Jeffrey Liu. Dr. Richard Ma. Dr. Megan Joey Mack. Dr. Melody Matty. Dr. Anthony Mba. Also the hooders, yeah? All right, next we have Dr. Chidera Diana Mbonu. All right, next we have Dr. Bailey McCann. Dr. Kimberly No. Dr. Dawn Wynn. Dr. Yang Wynn. Dr. Jenny Wynn. Dr. Liliana Wynn. Dr. Megan Wynn. Dr. Michelle Knock Wynn. Dr. Fat Nguyen. Dr. Teresa Vu Nguyen. Dr. Ngozi Okoroma with the middle initial, or middle name, Amelia. Dr. Yuri Park. Dr. Michelle Lin Fung. Dr. Richard Pina. Dr. Caitlin Joy Reyes. Dr. Amanda Reed. Dr. Grace Riggs. Dr. Daisy Rodriguez. Dr. Yuka Diana Roxas. Dr. Jordania Lee Ruiz. Dr. Samantha Lori Russo. Dr. Nicole Olga Samano. Dr. Levon Shanazarian. Dr. Myrna Adnan Shamami. Dr. Emily Sheota. Dr. Paul Noé Cimentar Gradio. Dr. Jasmine Tran. Dr. Michelle Tran. Dr. Brooklyn Rose Valdez. Dr. Derek Lee Way. Dr. William Leo Zhu. Dr. Finar Ferris.
All right, let's give a round of applause to the class of Dr. Jennifer Hahn, a graduate from the class of 2017. Dr. Hahn is a board-certified ambulatory care pharmacist who manages the pain program at the Veterans Affairs Health System in Syracuse, New York, and is also the co-founder of Scene Nutrition, a food tech startup focused on bone health. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Hahn.
Gosh, class of 2025, and now my esteemed colleagues, congratulations! It's so emotional. 8 years ago, I was sitting in your spot, and I remember the mix of pride, excitement, and uncertainty that comes with this very moment. You might be wondering, what's next? And I don't mean what are you doing in the next year, but what's next, right? What does it mean to be a pharmacist in a world that's changing faster than ever? Where AI is reshaping healthcare, policies in flux, where the traditional roles we trained for are evolving. I know these are big questions and the path forward might not feel clear, but think of them as invitations to lead, to innovate, and redefine what it means to be a pharmacist in today's world. To help guide you as you take that next step, I want to share a bit of perspective in how my life has unfolded these past 8 years, and how the education and experiences that you and I received here at UC San Diego, Skaggs School of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences have equipped us not just to adapt to the changing world, but to shape it. So being back here this time as your Alum Speaker, and now as a mom with my 4-year-old in the audience, where's Nolan? I find it only fitting to draw from one of our favorite authors and a local legend, Dr. Seuss. I have my props. In Oh, the Places You'll Go, Dr. Seuss says, you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the person who'll decide where to go. You've just received an incredible education in pharmacy, and now the question is, how will you choose to use it? My education has taken me in directions I never could have imagined. So you see, when I was 29 years old, I was 2 months postpartum, and I rolled off the yoga ball, and I began to have inexplicable back pain that kept me from sitting up straight, standing up, or even carrying my newborn. I was later diagnosed with multiple fractures in my spine and a rare form of osteoporosis. So I found myself as both the pharmacist and the patient standing in the calcium supplement aisle and feeling completely disappointed by the options available to me. Huge horse pills filled with synthetic calcium that has poor bioavailability, corn syrup-filled gummies or chocolates masquerading as health supplements. Why were these the only options available to women that affects 40 million American women? I remember thinking, if I don't do anything, then who will? Who else would be racking their brain about calcium supplements? Who else would get fired up over calcium carbonate, right? Standing there in the supplement aisle, the words of the Lorax echoed in my head. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. Well, I cared, and I cared a lot. So I teamed up with my friend and colleague, Dr. Adrian Vitar, a food studies scholar at Cornell, and we co-founded Scene Nutrition. We created the first calcium chew made entirely from real foods, finally offering a better alternative to the synthetic calcium supplements that have been dominating the market for the past 20 years. We launched our calcium chew 10 months ago, and since then, we've heard from women who have been struggling with calcium supplementation for decades tell us that our chews have changed their life. So if you ask me, what's next? 8 years ago, I never would have guessed I would co-found a nutrition company. But when I was faced with a unique challenge, I had the confidence to believe that I could solve it, and I jumped in using 2 critical qualities I gained right here on this campus. 2 qualities that now you and I share as Skaggs graduates: interdisciplinarity and innovative thinking. So first, you are an interdisciplinary pharmacist. Because of the depth and breadth of our interdisciplinary education that includes a whole year of co-curriculum with medical students, including human anatomy lab, rotations at health systems deeply rooted in team care, you are an interdisciplinary pharmacist who knows what it means to work in a team. But what's more, you know what you have to offer. So whether you're rounding in the hospital, working with pharmacy techs in the community, or say prototyping with food scientists, you'll instinctively know what you can contribute with your expertise. Trust yourself in these moments, and you'll know what to do. 3 years ago, I built an interdisciplinary pain team at the VA. I knew exactly who I needed and how to structure the team, largely because of my early experiences here, working with physicians, nurses, social workers, and others. Today, my team is composed of 11 distinct providers, all working together to care for our veterans with chronic pain using a biopsychosocial approach. And because of our cohesion, our veterans tell us that for the first time in their healthcare, they feel truly seen. So this is our power. Be the interdisciplinary pharmacist you are, and you will be irreplaceable and invaluable to any team that you're on. Second, you are an innovative pharmacist. At Skaggs, we're exposed to a wide range of experiences through student organizations, dynamic curriculum, and the interdisciplinary learning I just talked about. But what I realized is that it's not just the exposure that mattered, it's the culture, coupled with our faculty, right? Who truly care and support us as individuals. Skaggs creates an environment that encourages curiosity. It's a place where we were given room to experiment, to try new things, and explore what pharmacy could look like beyond the traditional mold. That spirit of innovation didn't end at graduation for me, and neither will it for you. That spirit of innovation became the foundation I leaned on when life threw me something completely unexpected. And so this leads me to my challenge for you all. In 4 years, you have developed into invaluable interdisciplinary and innovative pharmacists. 2 critical qualities that I want you to remember as you move forward. Use those skills to be creative in how you use your pharmacy expertise. Try to see how you can use your talents and knowledge in new ways by asking hard questions, pushing boundaries, and forging new paths. What does a NASA pharmacist and a nutrition startup pharmacist have in common? We're both pharmacists who use our pharmacy expertise in diverse and creative ways to improve human health. With the passion you have and the skills you have gained, you can overcome any challenge that you encounter. And so, some final wisdom from Dr. Seuss. Last page. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting. So get on your way. Thank you for having me today. Congratulations. Bye.
Sure. And thank you all. Thank you for coming and attending our commencement and celebrating this momentous occasion with the class of 2025. I would like to invite everyone to join us for a reception and light refreshments on the east lawn of the Pharmaceutical Sciences Building, otherwise known as the Pharmacy School. Your graduates can show you the way. In the meantime, please remain seated and keep the aisles clear as our graduates and faculty exit the room, and then we will see you at the reception.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.